Shigurui Death Frenzy. What the flying fuck did I just watch? Having just come off watching it, I'll give you everything that I think is wrong, right, and interesting about this little gem of gore and almost straight up fucking hentai that'd make Yasumiya Umetsu blush. That's a kite reference, by the way. Remember that, because I'm doing it next. Anyway, what we've got here is Shigurui. This 12-episode anime series was created in 2007, based off the popular manga series of the same title, written by Takayuki Yamaguchi, creator of Apocalypse Zero. Renowned for his violence and gore that would make Hideo Yamamoto double take, you couldn't make an anime series without it. But not having read the original manga this was based on, I wasn't prepared enough by just how in-your-face this gore was going to be. And I've sat through Wicked City, Another, When the Seagulls Cry, and Bible fucking Black, which is a whole nother fucking pit of snakes I'm not going to get into right now. Now, the ever-amazing Seishi Minakami, who is responsible for 7 episodes of Paranoia Agent, as well as the screenplay for Paprika, penned this series. And anyone who writes with Satoshi Kon is fucking amazing in my book. The series director was also a great choice. Hiroshi Hamazaki had worked previously with Minakami and Kon on an episode of Paranoia Agent. He had also been animator on great series like Ninja Scroll and on features like the cult classic Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust and Metropolis. But his most stunning achievement was that he was the series director of Technolize, one of my personal all-time favorite animes. Now, with these primary choices backed by Madhouse, which I consider to be one of the best anime producers in Japan, right behind Studio Ghibli and ahead of Genko, you would expect a series to rival Black Lagoon or Clannad. Something really well animated, really well paced, well developed, and satisfying in all the elements of character three-dimensionality and overall conveyance. Now, does Shigurui Death Frenzy match up to the precedent offered? In ways, yes, and in ways, no. The series has some of the most taut and effective animation used in a series involving supernatural swordplay between samurai this side of Rurouni Kenshin. But notice I said effective, not necessarily good. The mood is to be that of displacement and dread, since the whole of the series is told in flashback, leading up to a violent final confrontation between a one-armed and a blind samurai named Fujiki and Iriko, respectively. But in the attempt to achieve this effect, the lighting is very muddled and grainy, sometimes forfeiting outright structure entirely until I feel as if I was just watching a black screen with sound effects. That, however, moves me to the editing. The editing was so jarring and confusing at points that it wasn't until the 7th episode I actually understood where the show was going. The narrative style mixed with the experimental editing and non-linear continuity makes for a very dizzying experience. There is a narrator to assist in swallowing the events, but this is not a real effective use of narration. As opposed to a good series like Nana— yes, I like Nana! Get over yourself, and for your insolence, here's a 10-second soundbite of the closing song. Now we can be adults and move on. As opposed to a good series like Nana, which uses retrospective narration as a tool to heighten drama and emotional conveyance, in Shigurui, it does nothing at first but add more confusing information to the pile. This, however, is alleviated by a second run through the series after the stylization and the plot are adjusted to and analyzed. But is that really a strength, or is it a detractor? For me, it detracts from the series. One of the strengths of a well-rounded show is rewatchability. Shigurui lacks this. It is a potent story that is told entirely through nuance of the moment. This is a difficult and masterly approach to animation and storytelling if it's done right. However, this distinction sacrifices other more important elements for style. We really do not spend much time getting to know each of the main characters, only knowing what we need to know by relating by small vignettes and narration to fill in the gaps. and due to its presentation, it can cause frustration in the audience to a point in which they wouldn't want to attempt a second viewing. Now again, I can say that this is an effective anime. It is exactly what it wants to do, and that's what you need to expect from it. There are long segments I was completely immersed in what was going on and fascinated by the story. At other points, you couldn't pay me to hold enough interest to discern what was going on. This again changed upon a second run through the series. But I would not say it made the series better, just more comprehensible. All in all, a bloody, sex-fueled tirade of personal power and ambition set amongst a panorama of murder. That is Shigurui in a nutshell. Is it well made? Absolutely. Do I like it? Again, like Fully Cooley, this is the one I'm kind of perched on the fence with.